The twin moons of Yautja Prime cast a pale, eerie glow over the desolate jungle. The thick canopy swayed with the whispers of the wind, and the scent of damp foliage lingered in the humid air. Silence reigned, but Ghost was there, watching, waiting. His body blended seamlessly into the environment, cloaked in the advanced camouflage of his ancestors. A war drum pounded in his chest, steady and calculated. He had waited 3 weeks for this moment, unmoving, studying every detail of his prey's movements. His target, a towering super predator, prowled below, its crimson dreadlocks swaying as it scanned the trees with its heat vision. It was a beast of immense power, standing taller than most Yautja, its muscle-bound frame exuding raw dominance. It did not know that the nightmare of its kind stood just above, the last thing it would ever see. Ghost had no clan, he had no kin. He was a shadow, a wraith in the night, and tonight, another monster would fall by his hand. Born to a proud clan on Yautja Prime, Ghost had once been a promising young warrior. His father, an elder of great renown, taught him the art of patience, how to become one with the hunt. His mother, a seasoned tracker, taught him how to read the wind, to sense the subtle shifts in prey movement. Together they forged him into something more than a mere hunter. His early training was grueling, waking before the sun to track wild beasts through dense forests, testing his endurance against the harsh elements. He learned to strike only when necessary, to never waste energy on an unnecessary kill, and to respect the balance of the hunt. But all of that was taken from him in a single night. The sky burned red as the super predators came, descending upon his village like ravenous beasts. They were not like the honorable Yautja warriors he had known. They fought with ruthless efficiency, slaughtering Ghost's kin without reason, without sport. Their arrival was heralded by the distant roar of their ships, followed by the sickening screams of his people, as plasma blasts turned bodies to smoldering husks. His father was decapitated before his eyes, his mother torn apart by plasma fire. The younger warriors tried to fight back, but they were outmatched. The super predators did not hunt for glory, they hunted for dominance, for the sheer thrill of proving their superiority over the lesser Yautja. Ghost barely survived, hidden beneath the corpses of his brethren. When the smoke cleared and the monstrous killers departed, he emerged from the wreckage, bloodied and alone. His home was gone. His life had been stolen. He roamed the ruins, the acrid scent of charred flesh filling his lungs, the echoes of the massacre imprinted in his mind forever. That night, under the twin moons, he made a vow. He would hunt them all. He would become their worst nightmare. Decades passed. Ghost became something more than just a hunter. He became a myth, a phantom that the super predators feared. He learned their tactics, their movements, their weaknesses. He observed them for weeks at a time before striking, never leaving survivors. He mastered the art of ambush, turning their own brutality against them. His patience was unmatched, his precision flawless. The super predators, who once scoffed at their lesser cousins, began to whisper his name in dread. Tribes vanished without a trace. Warlords were found gutted, their skulls displayed as trophies. Even the most vicious of their kind hesitated before setting foot on Yautja Prime, for fear that the Ghost might be watching. He wielded no unnecessary technology, preferring traditional wrist blades and the combi stick to make his kills personal. His biomask, scarred and battered, bore the marks of countless hunts, a silent testament to his vendetta. His armor, stripped of unnecessary enhancements, was a patchwork of battle-worn plates scavenged from fallen enemies, etched with the symbols of vengeance. One day, whispers reached him of a great gathering, a conclave of super predators on a distant jungle moon. It was a war council, a meeting of their strongest warriors. It was an opportunity Ghost could not ignore. For weeks, he stalked them from the shadows, learning their habits, their patrol routes. He mapped the terrain, setting traps where they would least expect. The jungle became his ally, the trees his web. The air was thick with tension as the super predators remained unaware of the noose tightening around them. His first kill was silent, a sentry impaled upon his combi stick, his body vanishing into the undergrowth. The next fell to a razor-sharp disc, bisecting him in an instant. Panic rippled through the camp as their numbers dwindled, but they could not see him. Then roared in frustration, firing wildly into the trees. But Ghost was already gone, moving with the wind, waiting for his next strike. Then he emerged. A towering warlord, the leader of the gathering, roared in challenge. Ghost accepted. The battle was ferocious, a clash of titans beneath the alien stars. Plasma bolts scorched the earth, blades clashed, and blood stained the ground. The warlord was strong, faster than any foe Ghost had faced before, but he was reckless. Ghost let the beast exhaust itself, dodging its attacks with the grace of a seasoned predator. When the moment came, he struck, his wrist blade slicing through the warlord's ribs, straight into its heart. The super predators had lost their leader. Their reign of terror was crumbling. The war was not over. It would never be over, not until every last super predator lay dead at his feet. Ghost did not fight for glory, nor for honor. He fought for vengeance, for the spirits of his fallen clan. He had long abandoned the idea of peace. His soul was bound to the hunt, to the promise he made beneath the burning sky so many years ago. He stood atop the warlord's corpse, gazing at the stars. Somewhere, others still remained, still hunted, still believed themselves superior. He would remind them why they should be afraid. Word of his latest massacre would spread. The surviving super predators would rally, seeking revenge. But he would be ready. He welcomed it. With every kill, his legend grew. With every skull taken, his vengeance neared completion. Yet deep down, he knew this path had no end. He was no longer a warrior. He was a curse upon their kind, a relentless force that would never cease until the last of them lay dead. And so he vanished into the jungle once more, a shadow among the trees, a legend whispered in fear. The ghost predator, the last thing a super predator would ever see.